Not a teacher in sight. Students walking out of classrooms. They say they're sticking up for their teachers as day one of the Denver teachers strike kicks off.
Shut it down!
Teachers looking for higher pay and demanding to be heard.
Know that they can fix this and that we'd all like to go back to work tomorrow.
Well, hundreds of Denver teachers are hitting the picket lines as we speak. This was the scene outside schools this morning. DPS says more than 2,100 teachers have called out today. Teachers were joined by parents and students supporting them and demanding more from Denver public schools. Thanks for joining us on Denver 7 at 11. I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson. We are now over 4 hours into the first day of the Denver teachers strike and still no word from the district.
This is what we expect to happen today. Denver public schools and Superintendent Susana Cordova will hold a press conference in just under a half hour. Then at 2 o'clock today, teachers and supporters will be holding a rally at the state capitol.
Despite all of the call-outs, all schools stayed open today except preschools. And we want to get straight out to our live team coverage on this strike, covering multiple angles for you this morning.
Denver 7's Jackie Crea is waiting for that response from the district. But first, we want to get out to Micah Smith live at South High School. Micah.
Molly and Nicole, things have calmed down quite a bit here at South High School. We started the morning with teachers, but it didn't take long for a large group of students to demonstrate their stance on the teacher strike. With signs in hand, teachers started picketing just as the sun started to rise.
Shut it down!
As the mass of striking teachers grew larger, students started to arrive for school. Many navigated through their protesting teachers in the parking lot.
When do we want it? Now!
When the first bell rang, a few students headed back outside.
We're here supporting our teachers by giving them a nice Krispy Kreme breakfast. It's important for them to stand up like this because they deserve more than they're receiving right now.
And within minutes,
we are standing up to DPS. We will not become pawns in their political game.
hundreds of students joined their teachers' picket line.
That is why we have to fight. Education is a right.
If you keep hurting education, more signs will look like this. Clearly, it's not spelled correctly. There's a lot of mistakes, and if we don't have teachers, people won't learn how to read or spell.
Teachers say their strike is about needing better pay. And these students say they hope walking out sends school administrators that same message.
Our schools!
The student walkout ended peacefully, with some students heading back to class and others heading home. Teachers and students we talked to say that they hope negotiations end soon, with teachers heading back to the classroom. We've been sharing all sides of this issue with you, and it's time to check in with my colleague Jackie Crea. Jackie, you're waiting for an update from DPS on the strike, right?
We're downtown at Emily Griffith, the Emily Griffith campus, and both sides of this clash, as you said earlier, have said they're using today to kind of cool off, if that's what you want to call it. We've seen lots of teachers picketing at several locations, DPS schools, but they're waiting to reconvene until tomorrow at the negotiations table. We've seen, as I said, different locations, teachers picketing out front. As far as we know, classes have been a go, except for the early childhood classes. This morning, we heard from union leaders who were absent Sunday when invited to meet the district to continue talking it out. Instead, teachers, parents, and students gathered to prep and make signs for today. DPS says it will cost $400,000 a day to keep schools operating with substitutes and administrators. They will be assessing day to day if they can keep schools open as long as they have enough staff. And the district has not released any statements since we talked to Superintendent Cordova yesterday. If you want to come back out here live. And as we said, we'll expect to hear from her in just a little under half an hour from now here at Emily Griffith. This will kind of be the emergency operations center, and staff will be checking in with different schools to make sure that classes can go on day to day, because we're not quite sure when this strike will end and when they'll continue negotiations. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Jackie. A lot of people weighing in on this. Earlier this morning, Senator Bernie Sanders tweeted his support for Denver teachers. He said our teachers should be among the best paid, not among the worst.
Some of you may be wondering if the teachers who are striking are still getting paid. According to the teachers union, the district can withhold pay during a strike. Striking workers should still have insurance for a month because they pay that 1 month in advance. If the strike lasts longer than a month, then the school board is required to offer the striking workers a way to keep their insurance by paying the full price themselves. Once the strike ends, there's a chance teachers may get paid for a few days if the district agrees to any makeup days to catch kids up. The teachers union is also helping families impacted by the strike.
Now, the group began taking food this morning at 4 food banks. Those locations are right here on your screen. They are the Denver Firefighters Union building on Lakeside Lane by Berkeley Lake Park, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers building on East 39th and Park Hill, the National Association of Letter Carriers branch on West 1st near 6th and Sheridan, and the Unite Here Labor Union building on East Evans just off of I-25.
And there are some options for parents of younger children who are not able to go to school. Denver rec centers are opening early during the strike and expanding their meal services to include lunch and extra snacks. Denver libraries are also expanding their hours and educational programs. Denver 7 is committed to covering every angle of the first teacher strike in DPS in 25 years.
And you can watch the district's 11:30 press conference live on our Denver 7 Facebook, Twitter, and also the denverchannel.com. We'll also have any links for any resources on help for families also on the denverchannel.com.
And you can get the latest on our apps for Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire as well. We've been bringing you stories there and posting our content there.